Alright everyone, more in-house action, and we even have Zelia today playing here, so it will be a bit interesting. Initially, honestly, when they had the teams at the beginning, I was a bit worried because it really looked like we had a team full of ex-HGC players going up against people, of course, still play on a high level, but don't have nearly the same competitive experience. Right now, the teams are a bit more mixed, which makes way more sense to me now that the captains have done their job. Infernal Shrines is the map, and again, if you're watching this right now, you don't really know what it's about. Pretty easy. Most of the former ex-HGC player that are still playing Heroes of the Storm, and a lot of the players that are now still playing competitive, that moved into the competitive ranks after HGC died, have pretty much decided what we all already knew. Storm League is garbage, matchmaking is non-existent, so they created an in-house league to just like match up against each other. There's like around 50 people, I think, in here. I will try and link the actual link to the stats and also to the rankings of the in-house league and the in-house matches in the YouTube description, if I don't forget about it. If you're watching this on Twitch, then !in-house is going to do the same thing and going to provide you with all of those details. But this is obviously the best players that we have in Europe, just matching against each other here. We have a captain usually dedicated and can still draft parts of the team. They have Q-bots for all of this, so there's a lot actually going on with that. With this now, we have on the ban pattern Zarya. I mean, that doesn't really come as a shock considering that she has been a constant in the playoffs for Division S as well. Zul these days, incredibly powerful. Kerrigan gets banned out because Nick is just insane on her, and Infernal Shrines is a great map. Mephisto gets banned because Marke loves to play Mephisto, is really impactful on the hero. And that just explains the bans a little bit in case you're wondering, hey, why exactly is Mephisto banned here? Why is Kerrigan banned out? That leaves a lot of heroes up that are usually on the table, at least when it comes to bans, Leo being one of them. We've seen a lot of Leoric bans actually on Infernal Shrines since the hero is highly impactful here. So Leo in as the first pick. And on the other side, Greymane and Anna. Could have totally seen even a Johanna here as a potential pick early on. Now, there's of course a couple of tanks that we've seen make also more of a revival on Infernal Shrines. The other day it was Diablo that was played here with a high impact, but if you are looking for that wave clear, then Jojo provides a lot, and she is also really good at setting up kills for the rest of the team later on. So, with the blue team going into the double pick, let's see what we're going to get. Ana, of course, on the side of Galne Gulnar means now, amongst other things, that there's a very high chance that we're going to see like a mage with them too. Zelion, Malfurion, gave him one of his best heroes there for sure. And Nick is in as well. Apparently with Jimmy. They could of course swap a couple of those heroes around in the swap round after the draft, but still. That is already a decent setup here. Some auto attack damage for sure. You got Leo for the wave clear, Malfurion to control those choke points whenever you move into a shrine. And now also the question, bans. Tyrell gets banned out first. Not really the hero that I would have been looking for as a main tag right now for the blue team. Always granted that Tyrell is fantastic and is actually a hero that gets played a ton, especially in Europe. But with, I mean, Garrosh still up, Diablo up, Johanna up. It's like, there's tons of frontliners up right now that I would have said are really easy picks for them to grab first. Okay, Chromie gets banned out. So much for an boosted Chromie, which leaves you still with Jaina as one of the main heroes to probably be taken here by the red team. You could also go into something like Gul'dan with all of this. And let's not forget that Kalthas on this map is actually pretty solid too. ETCs, by the way, up as well. So when we talk about main tanks, there's still one that is incredibly powerful and also very often used as a tool for the teams to create some space. There's the Jaina pick. There's also Johanna right away. Another hero that I could have seen, especially with Anna, is of course Garrosh. He could a good sleeping dart through, and Garrosh can walk up and flip the target over. So there's another great one. Now for the blue team to just round the draft out here. What do we get from them? Still need the frontliner. And again, ETC is up, could be played, especially if they decide to lock another hero in that can provide them a stun to follow up on. I mean, they got slows already, but could also play triple frontline, of course. Diablo and Maiev, alright. Maiev and Diablo here on Infernal Shrines. And now the last pick on the other side. Masquerade, honestly, I think would have loved to also play a bit of Diablo. They decided in favor of Johanna here. This is, of course, one of the beautiful things about these in-house matches. You sometimes have to move a bit out of your comfort zone, especially if you have, let's say, 2 tank players, 2 support players, and one has to deviate a bit away into an off-roll position. But the last pick, what's it going to be? And it is Malthael. Malthael locked in, and with this we're jumping into the game on Infernal Shrines. A little bit more European in-house action. A game on Infernal Shrines, and let's get ready for some Heroes of the Storm action. On the left side in blue, Shirionto on Reyna. We have Ui on Diablo, Nick on Maiev, Hazops on Leo, and Zelia is playing Malfurion here. Taking a bit of a break of raiding in World of Warcraft and coming into the Nexus to show the boys how it's done. On the right side of the map in red, Gulnar on Ana. We have Muck on Greymane, Koro on Johanna, Masquerade on Malthael, and Rutsu is playing Jaina. Alright, let's get the show on the road. Exterminator as the level 1 talent. Yeah, trying to use it on the objective now. Not a talent that I have seen here that much. Again, Exterminator obviously got buffed, as did Ace in the Hole. The difference is that in one of the previous patches, in the last patch actually, Blizzard then nerfed Ace in the Hole quite a bit, but left Exterminator as is, which makes the talent now a really good choice. And on this map, you can of course on your objective also put it to some use, but normally we see it more on Battlefield of Eternity, and in addition to that on maps that also have bosses up, where you can try and take these bosses down quickly. Now, first death, of course, was in already. Jaina got annihilated early on in the game. We actually see now the pursuit of vengeance for Maiev on level 1. And the rotation between the 2 lanes is happening. Pretty disciplined here from the blue team, of course. So, alright, off to a good start for our blue team. And yes, there's the sleeping dart. Gulnar already going for the target practice here, as both of the teams are starting to focus their attention now that the 1 minute mark has passed to those camps on the map. So let's check it out. All the way up at the top, Hazops and Masquerade are currently still sitting tight, and let's go. Muck is already starting to move in for another kill, and he gets it! Together with Koro, they take down Malfurion, and there's the kill against Maiev as well. So far, so good. Up at the top, that's where we currently still have our 1 versus 1 setup. Leo against Malthael. We have down to the bottom of the map the rotation for the final camp that can be claimed. Now that they got those 2 kills, they have of course some time a little bit left on the map that they can use, which is exactly the case right now, to try and take this. Now, Diablo sees all of that, but because of the timing, he can't really make a play there. Can't really buy enough time for the rest of the team to rotate in for it. Now that we have level 4 talents on both sides. We have Sudden Vengeance taken. In addition to that, now also the Kneel Peasants. He is one of the heroes that has like the best talent names. And there we go. Shirionto is trying to go with his boys for the next camp. That's of course where Exterminator also helps you quite a bit. Again, talent is becoming a little bit more popular lately, especially on boss maps. Tomb Spider Queen is another good one for it. So yeah, there's definitely quite a bit that it gets. Depends a little bit on what kind of setup you play too. Of course, in this case, he could have also gone for Ace in the Hole, considering the team fight potential when you have Leo slowing heroes down and also you have Malfurion on top of that. But as they're now starting to rotate up towards the middle, where the first shrine spawns, we have an attack towards the top in an attempt to take one of the targets down here. Leo, of course, in an ideal world, or Diablo, but the focus on Masquerade as he jumped in maybe a little bit too deep, and it seems like the aspect of death is gonna get deaded pretty quickly. And the red team is already busying themselves on the shrine now, trying, of course, to steal those minions away to slow down the blue team a bit and allow Malthael to come back to business, but it also gives them a significant lead here. The problem is that Jaina just can't die, or they're going to be in even more trouble. But there's the hit, and there's the kill, and that's a staggered death. Ooh, triple. Damn. Triple dart. Not shabby. But yeah, so now that Jaina is dead, this Punisher is pretty much foregone conclusion. This is going to be a blue team's Punisher for sure. It's the staggered deaths that just make it happen. Level 7 abilities are ready for both of the teams. But with 36 now taken, this covers an easy one. And let's check that out a little bit over here. Push through the middle. Bait, of course, has to happen. They're still trying to see if they can maybe even get a kill. I mean, again, the red team is currently trying to force the issue here, which they should, but eventually we're going to see a hit coming through from the blue team to lock it in. And we don't! What the fuck? They screwed it up! And now they lost Leo! What the hell just happened? You were at 39, you needed 1! Okay, that's a little bit embarrassing. That is really embarrassing. Holy shit, and now they don't even bait it over. What a brain fart. Oh my god. That's actually hilarious. So the entire wall got destroyed. The Punisher gets stolen away. I've never seen that before. I legitimately never have seen this before. That a team that had 39 to like 26 or something failed to take the final hit with 3 heroes present to get the damage through and got it stolen away from them. Unbelievable. Alright, so now 3 kills against 3, but the red team, yeah, probably having a bit of a laugh here, and for good reason. That doesn't mean by any means that they're winning this game, but damn, that was a weird one. Maka is willing to trade the damage here with Shire, but has to be careful. I mean, Ana, of course, helping out a little bit. In the middle of the map, there's also a bit of back and forth that we currently have. Down to the bottom of the map, okay. Maka still trying to crush Diablo. Locked down, Zelia coming in with a kill. They're flanking Malfurion. There he is. Honestly, at this point, you can just hope that he goes for the Twilight Dream. I want one of those good old Zelia Twilight Dreams where he just steps forward and immediately annihilates 4 heroes. So now, first of all, we have the last rites for Malthael. And Zelia has to go for the Twilight Dream. I mean, yeah, let's go for this. So, right now, Dibbles still with the Apocalypse after potential Entomb. That's going to be pretty neat. And what else? Everybody is currently trying to get the position down here as they're going into the choke point. That's a good setup also for an Apocalypse. But Diablo's in trouble. Diablo's low and Diablo is down. Taken apart. No stack for Malthael though. Yeah, last rites, not successful just yet. We're still seeing a counter kill against Greymane, so Maka has been eliminated. And Masquerade is also on the run, so a trade in kills that they currently have here. Okay. And let's see how this pans out. Down to the bottom of the map, that's already where Rutsu is sitting tight. Everybody else is now starting to push the lanes out again for the blue team in an attempt to get ahead in experience. It's pretty much dead even. 5 kills against 4. But let's see. Up towards the top right. That's where you have Galnibulna in position. Trying to go for the camp together with Mako. On the left side is obviously Jimmy that is doing the job with his Exterminator. Yeah, and off we go. Shrine is activating. Let's go for the next one. Again, the last encounter was a little bit embarrassing towards the end here for the blue team. But I'm pretty sure that that's not going to happen again. It's literally the first time that I've seen this. So yeah, normally a team doesn't make that mistake. It's honestly, between Diablo and Jimmy, I would say like Jimmy had the best chances to simply get a single hit in and take it. But here we go. At this point, we currently have the top lane getting pushed out slightly. The camp is obviously doing a great job already. It's now going to slow down the blue team slightly, which is giving the red team an advantage in the position on the shrine itself. And they're therefore taking the lead. It's only a small one, but definitely there. 10 kills right now towards the objective. Let's see how much more they can actually get. There's a Blessed Shield coming out. They're trying to go for Dibbles. Dibbles has only 50 stacks, and that's a kill. Last rights kill. That's a stack. Counter kill against Jaina, and a counter kill against Johanna. They started off strong with the kill against Diablo, but now they're losing hero after hero. Another setup, as we have a quick kill against Greymane. That's 3 kills confirmed, 8 against 5 in total, and the blue team is taking over the objective again. Okay, this is really the moment where you want to take the Punisher now. So, yeah. Wait for a wave if you have to, but I would be a little bit careful of leaving it at 39 after what we've just seen here. Now they're rotating already. Leo is the one that rotates towards the middle and the bot lane to match the push of Malthael. But yes, there we have it. The grab on the Punisher, and now they can start through the top. Of course, that gate is more or less already destroyed. We're probably still going to see the bait over, but it's not like it's going to really mean anything. And they have to retreat from it right away. Nick is already on the chase, looking to see if he can maybe get a good tether out. Yeah, but they're going to get that fort, pretty sure. Starting to go in, taking the fort down. 8 kills against 5 is going to give them a 1-level lead now as well. And there's the flank, and they go again for Dibbles, and that's another kill. That's the second stack for Malthael too. They're really focusing on Diablo here, and with that last right setups, those are easy kills and easy stacks for him. So, not bad. He has 2, that's a 10-second cooldown reduction right now. That's pretty decent. Everybody's starting to move through the middle to destroy another wall. At the bottom of the map, they could repeat the same play. At least take the tower down here. But of course, there's still 2 camps up, which you can also claim to get in more ahead in experience. Plus, they won't have level 16 with all of this. Ooh, close, but they get it. 24,000 damage by now. Jimmy is still getting decent damage out, despite the fact that he, of course, went Exterminator over last rights, which would have boosted his hero damage even more, especially in those team fights. 33,000 for Greymane on the other side. Zelia, by the way, went into Tranquility after all. Understandable, but still a little bit sad. I wanted to say one of those Zelia Twilight Dreams there. 0 deaths on Reyna and Ana. Those are the only 2 heroes that have not died in this game yet. Now they push down to the bottom of the map with another tether attempt from Nick, but there was no real follow-up. The level 16 talents give a big boost now to the blue team, which could allow them to go through the middle and take another fort down. At least the fountain, since this is where the next objective also spawns. So, there we go. Nick gets attacked, alright, but is able to jump out without a problem. The cage not really trapping anybody just yet, but their 16 talent is of course a big advantage. The attempt again to go for Diablo, this time paying a little bit more attention to it. There's the Apocalypse after the Entomb, and the wall stun comes in as well. There's the kill against Jaina. Maybe last rights? Yep, and that's a 3rd stack acquired. Counter kill against Leo. And so far, so good. We saved the fort for a bit longer. It's not going to last long, but at least they have the level 16 talent, and a trade and kills is not bad considering their position. The 3rd stack for Malthael is also quite helpful. No ice block yet for Jaina. I mean, she's getting there. She's sitting at 12,000 damage right now, so she's going to slowly get there, but we're still a bit away from it. Top left side, that's where we currently have our attack towards the next shaman camp. The same is happening at the top right. Hazu can sniff out quite a bit of that, but he needs to be careful, especially since they're already looking to lock him in again. That's a blessed shield, and that's a kill. Nicely done. Hazu got a bit spooked there, apparently. So, Leo down. That's another kill. It's a bit of experience, and nicely done. Well played. Saw an opportunity. He's of course going to be back by the time that the shrine spawns, but still. Leo was just ghosting around there in the first place. So down at the bottom of the map, Jaina has dealt with the camps, talking camps. One is still up and can now be taken. Top side, another shaman camp is taken. And over here, we're going to see the shrine activating another 8, which means Punisher number 3 is going to be fought over. And last rights is up. Blessed Shield going to be ready in another 10 seconds roughly. That's pretty much all that they need right now, right? Oh. And there's another kill. Yep, he's dead, and that's stack number 4. Malthael is getting heavily stacked right now. Malthael is on 4 stacks at this point. That was an easy kill against Diablo, way too far out, and the team just went in and murdered him. And here they go for the follow-up kill. Nick low and dead. 2 heroes down, no counter kill this time. Zelia's on the run. Diablo is back and starts to go for Greymane, who might actually die here. Johanna is dead and so is Greymane. What is happening here? Hazuop still alive, but the question is for how long. He's draining Malthael, and that's the kill against Leo, but Malthael is going to fall too. What a weird fight. Initially 2 kills for the red team, and then they're starting to lose 3 heroes in short process. It's like, what is going on? I mean, seriously, what's happening here? That suicide, more or less, from Diablo was already pretty incredible. I mean, it was technically 3 kills against 3 kills. Diablo was fully stacked and came back, but still, very, very weird setup now. Yeah, 4 stacks on Malthael. He has his cooldown back, so he could try and get another kill in here. But we'll see how much he can actually do with all of this. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, right now, he can't really use it twice in a fight. We might get to that point, but the problem, of course, still remains that the blue team... they've pretty much won 3 objectives now. One, granted, got stolen away from them. But it's not like the red team won a big objective fight at any point and was able to, to win the battle itself. So they're trying to burn this one down as quickly as they can, and since they baited behind the keep, they should be able to do that fairly quickly. But the situation is still dire, and they need to try and also maybe even get a hero kill at this point, because that keep is looking like they won't be able to hold it. They're trying, but the catapult is there too. Blessed Shield already came out. Yeah, they're trying to get the kill here. I expected actually the last rights to be YOLO'd out, to take Hazobs down, just so they have a chance to stack Malthael a little bit more. If Masquerade gets to a point where he has his cooldown really low in those late game fights, he might be able to apply it twice. Okay. Well, here we go. Damage output in general, Malthael is sitting at 46,000, but the top numbers are taken by Greymane with the 59k that he contributes. 36,000 for Jimmy at the same time. And off we go. Over here, level 20 talents are by now in. Half a level away, so next objective is going to be on 20 versus 20, but you still don't want to fall into a trap here. And the bigger problem is that Leo has now Buried Alive ready, which is of course the game changer in the late game from Leoric's perspective. Huge talent, which might make Leo a higher priority now in kills. I mean, oftentimes you don't want to waste too many resources on Leo just simply because he's going to respawn quick and he's going to respawn on site, so other heroes are oftentimes worth more if you can get to them. But if you can deny the Buried Alive in the team fight, then this is a huge difference that you make there. So we'll see if that works out for them. 63 stacks for Diablo, so that means that he still isn't fully stacked. Doesn't have quite the hit point pool. Same time now with 20 on both sides. No one can stop death. The Wintermute, Indestructible, Hunter's Blunderbuss, and the Nano Infusion are all in. And the next objective is spawning at the bottom of the map. One of the big problems for the red team is that they haven't taken a single fort down yet. In kills, they're looking great. I mean, it's 11 against 12. They are really close. Camps are also still up, and that's what they're focusing on next. But at the bottom fight, there will be an advantage for the blue team through the sheer fact that they have their own fountain up and also retreat point with the fort that is still sitting tight there. So there's that. Rotation over to the top left. Alright. Even an attempt maybe to invade this? I don't really think so. They actually just timed right now. They were delaying it slightly. Objective should be announced in just a sec. There we go. Everybody's just like sitting tight, trying to anchor that play. They're still trying to also delay it a little bit more. The further they delay it, the more chance they have to actually defeat this. So the timing is working out against the red team a bit. But at the end of the day, they need to win a team fight anyways. Need to win the team fight or they are going to be in trouble there. Okay, Koro and Make are sitting tight. Masquerade is also in the bush. I mean... Oh, Hazu. Okay. That's a kill. Alright, face checking the bush and Hazu is down. And he's going to be back in another 50 seconds, but the fight could be over by then. So that face check could just cost them the Punisher. This happened a couple of times in this game now already, and I gotta say the coordination of the red team is really nice, but I thought that that trap was a little bit kept obvious. So now we have to actually check. Hazob's of course going to be back a lot quicker if he can land his drains, but still the lead is there. And here comes the move onto the next target, and Diablo gets away. Oh, does he? Diablo is actually able to get out, but Maiev dies, and now we have Malthael's ult back. So Malthael has now 5 stacks on his ult and has an insane cooldown reduction. I mean, seriously, that's a 25-second cooldown reduction here already, and he is just able to get this out time and time again. So this is actually really well done. This is a problem, though. If they are not reacting to this, then it literally means that they are okay losing the top keep. Malthael is currently attacking the bottom and trying to take the catapult out, but he has to move towards the top and claim that too, because if he doesn't, then they are losing the second keep. The rest of the team is currently pushing the bot lane, and they gotta do that, but yeah, top side, that's a problem. They have to deal with it, and that's what Masquerade is doing right now. Which means that the rest of the team needs to be really careful. Of course, Maiev is still dead, so they can still push through the wall, but they gotta be cautious, since we still have Buried Alive ready from Diablo. Yeah. Not quite. Leo. Same universe, but obviously Leo. And Hazobs is already starting to threaten it a little bit, and everybody's just saying like, yeah, maybe should just fall back for now. But okay, so we have 13 kills against 12. It was actually an awesome game. This is a pretty cool game. 68,000 damage and 53,000 damage for Greymane and Malthael here. 42,000 for Jimmy. And still, of course, the attempt to get also the cooldown on Malthael a little bit lower. I mean, he's seriously soon gonna look at a setup where he can drop his ult twice in a team fight. So it starts to become a little bit dangerous here. He has it pretty much up whenever. The rest of the team is being forced into the fight down here though. Jojo's gonna be in big trouble. Has the silence, has the indestructible, but I'm not quite sure how long that's gonna save her. Here comes Malthael though, wants to get the ult out, and he is able to get that in. Bam! Another kill right there. 6 stacks now on his level 10. That's actually getting insane. 6 stacks on his level 10. They take Dibbles down. He's come back. He had the setup, but they go for Nick. They get another kill, and oh boy, is the blue team now all of a sudden in trouble. They are in a world of pain here. And the red team, even without a minion wave, is totally willing to dive this now. They want the keep, and there is no reason why they shouldn't be able to grab it. So they're already going in, taking the opponent's minion wave down as well, and starting to just murder this thing. Leo, of course, is going to be back soon, but keep in mind that Malthael is going to have his ult ready again. Koro still needs to be careful. Yeah, they're really trying to burn this down as quickly as they can, and there's the final hit. Buried Alive is still, of course, an option. Can they snipe it somehow? Malthael is ready whenever. And Koro has Blessed Shield back in just another moment. But they have to actually... Oh, Blessed Shield! And where's the last right? There it is, but it's not going to be enough. Not going to be enough. Make wants the kill. And Make gets the kill. There it is. Leo is also down. Can they go for core? That's the question. That's the big question at this point. Nicely done. 18 kills against 12. Now, it's unbelievable to me that the red team is actually able to pull this off at this point. I mean, they were so far behind, and now all of a sudden they're going for the core. The shield is already down, and Mark is just murdering that thing on Greymane, chomping away their hit points. On the other side, catapults are attacking the core. This is actually a bit of a race here, and Greymane is down. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Greymane Annihilator is a huge deal. 65% against 20. They need to take it. Last rights is out. Not enough, and the core falls. Nicely done. The red team with the victory on Infernal Shrines. GG. Well played. Game on, everybody! Next map, Volskaya Foundry. Okay, teams have obviously been mixed up a little bit right now. And at this point, on Volskaya, let me actually have a look at the team. So, Zelia and Hazo are still on the same. X-Ray has now swapped in too. We have Nick switching on the red team side. And again, teams are usually determined by the captains, and they go through the players that they have. And yep, that's how this is currently set up here. The last game was actually awesome. The Infernal Shrines map was really great, and with a bit of an unexpected outcome, I gotta say. So now we're jumping into map number 2. And with Volskaya Foundry, I mean, again, I would really like to see still something along the side of Rek'Sai again on the map. That's really great. Blaze maybe too. There's obviously also the Deathwing factor. Now that I think about it, we didn't see Deathwing banned or taken on the last map at all, right? That's just hitting me now. So that's actually something that in the previous games was usually always part of the draft. A Deathwing ban or a Deathwing pick, like one of the two, not so in this one. So we have Junkrat banned out, and we also have the ban against Chen. But yeah, Deathwing is actually kind of interesting. And on this map, of course, he could also play a role here. We talked also a bit about some of the other heroes that are making a huge splash now, and well, Zul is definitely one of them after the rework. He just seems to be too strong and has been consistently banned out. So that's one of the things that is likely going to play a role here too. Not only because this is a map where you can get huge value out of him rotating between lanes, but also because he just seems to be a little bit too strong for these fights. Jimmy getting banned out as well. And, well, let's have a look. There's the Zul ban, okay. So pretty much Zul replaced Deathwing in the ban pattern. That's pretty much all that happened. I still want to see if Deathwing gets now picked or maybe banned out in the next ban phase. Also, Zarya hasn't actually been banned out. That's actually huge. Volskaya Foundry is a good map for her too. There's very few maps actually where you cannot play Zarya. And especially on maps where you have a lot of team fights or where you have strong 4-man, she definitely plays a big role. As we've seen in those playoffs that I refer to over and over again. Division S playoffs in Europe. So, Greymane taken again. On the red team side. This time, by the way, without Maka. So, Maka is actually not part of this one. And let's go. With that, what do we see on the blue team side? Is Zarya going to be picked? That's actually my first question. Is Zarya going to be taken? Yes or no? And do they play maybe around Tyrael again, if not? ETC and Ana. Okay. If actually, in this case, it seems like Zelia might actually play... No, not the chicken skin. Dequaza, you're better than this. Don't give me the chicken. Don't give me the chicken. I don't want plucked Deathwing. Give me the black tint. Give me that golden thing. Not this one. You're doing it all wrong. There has to be a certain level of synergy there. I just don't know what to... Makes me hungry every time. Okay, so... With the again, what I was about to say before he picked the chicken skin, the blue team is now in a setup where with Zelia as their captain and Ana maybe even played by Gulnar, there is a good chance that we're going to see Zelia on a very different hero here. So that's one of those rare instances where you have these role swaps happening here. Now Garrosh gets banned. There's no... Well, there's one side laner taken. So far also no ban against Zarya or anything. Malthael gets banned out. I mean, again, they have Greymane, they have Leo, and they banned Malthael. So they pretty much played around Deathwing's weaknesses very, very well. There's no Curse Bullet against him, there's no Drain through Leoric against him, and Malthael is now taken away too. So the entire draft that they shaped up here is actually really sweet to put Deathwing into a position where it's incredibly difficult for your opponent's team to take him down. Tychus comes to mind. And Tychus has been played by players like Nick and others in the past. Just recently a lot. Falstead instead though. And Chromie. Here we go again! Yay! Okay, so on the right side for the red team. Now that Tychus is apparently not making it into this draft. What do we get here? What are they gonna jump on? They still need their support. Malfurion would be up, and I guess we're not going to see Zarya in these setups. But what else are we going to... Oh! Zarya after all! Alright. I kind of thought they would let her slide, but nope. Zarya and Deckard Cain both make it in. Which means that this is actually Deathwing main tank. Which is an NA strategy. Deathwing was played in North America as a main tank a couple of times in the North American playoffs. I mean, in this case, Zarya, Leoric, there's actually a lot of that front line, so there's a lot happening. But blue team reacts with the last pick, and they get Tychus after all. Triple backline. Okay, we're embracing the memes completely at this point. Triple backline with ETC frontline and Deathwing main tank. This is going to be fun. Let's go in Volskaya Foundry. Let's go! Game on Volskaya Foundry. On the left side, Gulnar on Ana. Again, this is going to be fun. This is going to be YOLO. We got Zelia on Falstead, X-Ray on ETC, Shirionto on Tychus, and Hazoobst on Chromie. And on the right side of the map, the red team with Nick on Greymane, Max Passion on Leoric. We have Koro on Deckard Cain, Rutsu on Zarya, and Dequaza is playing Deathwing. Okay, so good to go for our game here. And yeah, this is meme city at this point. There's just no other way to talk about that, because if you look at this lineup, triple backline is pretty much completely gone and has been for a long time. I mean, honestly, triple backline was never really a thing in any competitive setup. It's just that the Plastic and the Wood League players never really understood that and always thought that if you play two melee heroes, you don't have enough damage. Oh my god, you're gonna lose. Game's over already. GG, lost in draft. So you all heard this at least once. In the last few years, that's changed slightly, so slowly but steadily that knowledge arrived also in normal play. But every now and then you still see these attempts with like a triple backline, and they usually backfire. So since this is of course in-house games and not really a tournament match or anything, you can still definitely have some fun with it. And they locked in Tychus for the percentage damage. But at the same time, you have the chicken as the main tank, so there's that too. Yeah, there's actually a couple of elements to this for sure now. Top side. Deathwing already sitting tight, doing his own thing here. Can of course always jump down. It's chicken versus chicken basically that we're seeing here. One chicken is a little bit stronger than the other chicken, I gotta say. We got an auto attack build, by the way. So Zelia is apparently attempting to play through Giant Killer on level 13 so that he can get more damage in against Deathwing. That would give them 2 tools together with Tychus, which is actually not really bad thinking. But again, a bit of a trade, of course, that they go on with this. And off we go. First that the turrets are now taken. We have the little fight happening over here as both of them are starting to try and see if they can get another quick setup here. But so far not happening. Alright. So now that we're looking at also Leo doing his thing. Let's actually see quickly if they can maybe... Nah, level 4 talents are now in. So that's what we're currently waiting for here. And on Tychus' side, I mean, it has to be the bigger they are, right? And there we go. Bigger they are is locked in. And with this, let's go. Okay. Bottom of the map, Leo so far the only recipient of that damage output. Over here, both of the cams are currently being taken. And, well, let's have a little bit of a look which team is going to be able to take the first protector. Which is pretty much what this comes down to now, right? Who can set this up early? They're trying to go for a quick kill here as well. Nick is eating a bit more damage as Tychus comes in, fully knowing, of course, that he has to tap the fountain quite early. But with him at least taking Nick down a little bit, he will force him back. Zelia has, in the meantime, now gotten 7 stacks together for his level 1 talent. The teams are already homing in on the first beacon, on the first point over here, trying to set this up, and who's going to take the lead? The 2 chickens are still fighting it out up at the top. Down here, Zarya gets locked down for just a moment, but there's also a lot of control thanks to Deckard Cain. And Zarya is going to give them a lot of control with this now. But still, the red team is looking pretty solid here right now. That's a really difficult set. The problem really that you have, so triple backline pretty much has of course an insane damage output, that's true. So if you can lock someone down, if you can isolate someone, you have a lot of damage that you can push on one target. Your problem is keeping the backline safe and alive and having a sustainable front line that is able to just keep the opponent at bay. ETC has a lot of good tools for... to create space, just to keep the backline safe, but he's also himself quite a bit squishy. So good coordination on the red team are very likely going to make it very tricky for the blue team to get these kills in. Especially when you're running away from someone, you usually can't really do all that much damage. So obviously also a little bit of stutter stepping that you can put in to get at least some out there. But the backline is going to have problems one way or another unless ETC sets a beautiful setup up for the teams to kill someone. With level 10, good mosh pit, for example, might just be what they need here. They already tried to go for the kill against Zarya. They can't quite get it. Deathwing flies in, and yes, you see them scrambling to safety already. Healing Beacon is on the ground too. 0 kills in this game thus far. 12 stacks now for Volskaya. They're starting to jump in pretty quickly here. Yep, there's the protector already taken. And off we go. Mid lane usually loses the wall, and then you rotate towards the top. Could of course go there even a little sooner than that. Okay, here comes the damage output. Trying to drop him as 2 heroes make it down to the bottom of the map, and especially Greymane. Bot lane can of course take this wall down. Volskaya is the one who has to try and deal with this. Also noteworthy again for everybody that plays in some of the lower leagues. I can't stress this enough. We have talked about this for a long time. Even with an auto attack build, Seasoned Marksman and Hammer Gains on level 7 Boomerang. Secret weapon is Blizzard's IQ test, and a lot of people are failing it. Miserably, I might add. So as you can tell, you get more out of your global because you have more wave clear. You get those stacks together a lot quicker when you don't have a lot of time on those lanes. So now he's at 15 stacks, but take it from Zelia, former pro player, level 7 Boomerang, right there. So, now with that taken, We have also the level 10 abilities coming up in just another second. There's not really too much that has been done. The Protector, honestly, hasn't even completely taken down the fountain at the top. That can still happen, of course. There's the early level 10, and they're trying to get the healing beacon together with it. It seems like Max Passion is dead, but at least he gets the Entomb through. And it is barbecue time! Nice! He's a bit alone, though, and gets taken out, too. Didn't really get any help here, because Rutsu and the rest of the team are saying, like, fuck the dragon. We're gonna go for the healing beacon instead, which they actually got. But it was pretty cool anyways to just see full-on barbecue time over here. And let's not forget that there was also another turret that got dropped, so that's one item less on the side of the blue team. They might be a little bit ahead in experience right now, but it's not really a massive lead or anything. So it's actually still a pretty decent situation here for the red team, since they have the additional item with the healing beacon topside, so they can use that. Teams are now also busying themselves down at the bottom of the map as they attempt to get another turret each. And yes, there we have it. 2 turrets are in, so that's 2 turrets and a healing beacon, whereas the blue team will have only 2 turrets, so they're missing out on 1 item. That the entire mid wall, by the way, has been taken down pretty severely. Alright, top side gets now attacked. That as well. They're already starting to make their move in for this one. Take down the fountain. Drop that quickly. Yep. Down here, the attack against X-Ray, and he's so far still fine. Alright. So, 2 kills against 0. And let's see. Down to the bottom of the map, Shire is still sitting tight. I mean, his damage output should be pretty neat, actually. 16,000. I actually expect a little bit more. He's gonna die here, too. It was a good entomb. Nicely done. Max Passion moving out and leaving the finishing move to Nick, because he knows that there's a chance of him actually getting dropped by all of this. Well, that's a good kill, and that's actually their first kill. That is the first kill that they got here. Didn't get any kills before that. Okay, now towards the top, Dequaza. They're trying to go for X-Ray again. X-Ray, and Deckard is just a little bit too late. Connects it, but ETC is already too far out. Now, the next objective is going to be up in just a few seconds, so around level 13, we're going to see that fight happening here. Well, at the same time now, still the move over here. 13 against 12. Level 13 talents are coming in just another sec. And here you go. Fire and Fury. Let's go. The chicken. I hate this skin so much. It's actually unbelievable. It is so fucking ugly. It's like... Bleh, bleh. Like, why would you do that? I guess the only answer here is for the memes. I don't think there's a single person out there that actually thinks this skin looks good. Not one. And everybody that says, oh, but I do, is just memeing. It's just trying to chill people. There's not a single person that says, like, this looks awesome. This is how I want a dragon to look like. It just doesn't exist. Absolutely disgusting. The chicken skin. Anyways, now that we are up at the top, fighting for this one, level 13 talents on both sides, and off we go. Giant Killer's, of course, now in for Zelia, which means he gets more damage against Deathwing in particular. Whoa! Stay a while and get wrecked! In comes the setup, but might actually be that the red team is going to lose out on this one. Even with the Entomb against Hazorps, it seems like Leo is going to be the first victim. He's barely making it out. Shirionto with the Commandia Odin is already pushing them back. And here we go. Seems like the tap at the fountain was so far enough. They still have that. Blue team doesn't. Their fountain got destroyed. Greymane wants the chicken. Greymane is hungry. Greymane wants the chicken. Greymane doesn't get the chicken. Still has to stay hungry here. Oh, mosh pit, baby. That's where the triple damage actually is doing well. As I said earlier, if you have a good mosh pit, the triple damage can really lead you to victory. And now they got 2 kills. This was a fantastic start. And there's at least 1 counter kill. So the elimination of Tigers, but Deadwing is deaded as well. Yeah, well played. 5 kills against 2. Nicely done by the blue team. That mosh pit changed everything. Before the mosh pit, they were pretty much on the back foot. Now they're going to get a protector. And that just shouldn't have happened. 3 heroes locked in by it. And then, of course, triple damage is pretty helpful. Just gives you so much more. Okay, with the damage numbers, we have 41,000 now from Chromie. Yeah, she's pretty happy, as you can tell. And we have 30,000 for Tigers. 25,000 for Deadwing, at least. So there's that. And now the opportunity to go for Nick and try and get the kill here. Or maybe not. Instead, they're trying to go for Ana. Dragon comes in too. And so far, this objective hasn't really done a whole lot. Okay, Falstad is coming in. That would be an interesting gust if they go for that. No. Zelia has to gust and is probably going to try and fly out now. Doesn't he have his global? Wait, what? Okay, there we go. Cooldown comes back up. Little hop. Same time, Ana has now fallen. I was just wondering, like, what is he actually doing there? So apparently the cooldown was just about to be ready. That could have been a little bit awkward. Okay, they're trying to go for Deathwing. They can't get him. They go for Zarya.
Finish him.
Oh yeah, there's the hit, and she's dead. Okay. I think our announcer just assumed her gender. Damn. Okay, Tychus is dead too, and yeah, totally diving that fort. I mean, holy hell. Draymond diving a little bit too deep, maybe. He gets taken down by Falstad, so the chicken takes him down. And with that, we're now moving down to the bottom to take those additional towers. Yo, there we go. Another turret. Where is it? And again, drain, as Max Passion comes in. By the way, also not a great skin, just saying. I mean, this is also one of the most disgusting Leo skins that you could possibly go for. There's the Janitor and there's the Ice Giant. So those are the two. If you already go for Space Lord Leoric, then at least take a good hint. I have to teach these people how to go for the Skinergy, seriously. They just don't have any taste. Look at the lack of money picks here as well. I know. Is this really important, Khaldor? And yes, it is. It is. It matters. It matters. It is important. So much to teach, so little time. So, Koro and Rutsu now, at this point, going for their own turret. 41 stacks now for Falstad, so the auto attack damage is definitely going to ramp up quickly. And top side. There we go. Galnagulna, Zelia, they want to go for the dragon. That's a bait, baby. But Zelia needs to be a little bit careful. Okay. Flies away already. Still a bit of a fight down here. And there's the Entomb. Greymane with a kill opportunity. And they get it. Zarya actually won to lock the final hit in. 5 kills against 7. And yeah, now that we're entering the late game, that triple damage combo is going to become more of a liability. Outside of the scenario, of course, where ETC lands another amazing mosh pit. That's always there. Alright, so yeah, they're already trying to take that fountain down. I mean, Zarya can actually just like try to murder that with the grenades a little bit. Oh, look at that. The Greymane flank, baby. Yep, they're going in. And Ana is pretty much locked down. But Nick is rather low. And oh, mosh pit again. But this time Deathwing is there as well. But they already lose 2 heroes immediately. If they can't shut these mosh pits down, and they're not going to win this game. I mean, this is like the second amazing mosh pit that we see here. And they get 4 kills as a result. It was a massive dive into the backline behind the fort, an attempt to take down Ana and Chromie. And it massively backfired here. I mean, holy hell. And ETC's mosh pit are just a bit too much. Why the fuck is X-Ray playing support most of the time for his team? That guy clearly belongs onto a tank, or at least on ETC. This is pretty solid. So thanks to the mosh pit, they got 4 kills in total. This time he locked 2 heroes in place. Not quite for as long as the last time, but still it was definitely enough for the damage dealers to get their job done. Now it's 11 kills against 5, and all of a sudden it's a big lead in experience, and that's going to be 20. Just around the time that we see that bottom checkpoint taken. So there we go. Seems to me a little bit like supports are just the better people, or the better Heroes of the Storm players. I mean, we have 3 support players on the blue team, and it works extremely well for them. Alright, Galnagulna is already on the run here. Top side, Falstad is doing his thing. Zelia with 47 stacks now. And can actually start to jump away. He could be dead. Oh no. He went epic mode. My bad. Yeah, that was a problem. Flying straight into Greymane. And he's like, ooh, delivery. Food delivery on point. But yeah. Can of course still gust him away there, but I think he didn't realize where he was actually going with this. But yeah, epic mount, I haven't seen that in a long time. I actually like that. Awesome. Epic mount setup. We have also the bob and weave and the tour bus. Now that the blue team has a chance to, well, I don't think take the game, but they have a chance to take the keep. They will take the fort, just drive by. It's going to be drive-by kill on the fort. But how much more can they get towards the actual wall down there? 71,000 for the Chrome Star, 37,000 is the top damage for Deathwing. And again, he's pretty much the main tank for the team. So it's kind of interesting that he still has the main damage regardless. But here we go. Can the red team defend this properly? Here is Odin. Went into bob and weave. Again, no big red button on level 20. Still more than enough damage to keep them at bay, I'd say. But it seems like they can't get the keep. At least not unless they take a few heroes. Can they get some kills here? Not quite sure just yet. The drain is still true, and this one's gonna go down. That buried alive didn't really do a lot. That didn't go as planned, I can tell you that much. That did not go as planned, so yep, didn't land actually in there. Yeah, here comes the kill. The bird is dead. Alright. ETC. Mosh Pit got interrupted this time. And they're still trying to go for the next follow-up. And Zarya delivers a really nice expulsion zone, which leads to kill number 2. That's kill number 3. And all of a sudden they got momentum. They also have a camp at the top lane, by the way, which could in theory take the fort down, or at least scratch it a little bit. And here we go. Alright. 3 kills in total. Yeah. Triple backline against Deathwing, and so far it has been going well for a long time, mainly because of those mosh pits and the coordinated damage, but now things are changing a little bit. Top side, this camp is still in place, but you have to also remember there's of course catapults pushing through. The goal here is to take a keep, which is why they're moving through the middle of the map now and ignoring those side lanes with the forts. And once the minion wave comes in, they should get that keep. They still have 10 seconds until Volskaya is back, and that's more than enough to get the keep annihilated. Yeah, Max Passion is also there, and he has Entomb ready. And if he lands another Buried Alive, that is more or less a guaranteed follow-up kill. So, off we go. They take the keep, move back, top side. This is going to be the elimination of another fort, 100%. And let's see. Barbecue time again. They also want to go for the item now, which I can't really blame them for. Now, ETC is back to business, and so is also now Anna, but it's a little bit too late for that. So the item is taken. Here comes a quick grenade. 1, and a little bit more needed. Deathwing is going to take care of it now and takes it down. Alright, a little bit of a bombardment from heaven. It's again a close game. I mean, we saw that on the last one, but this one is pretty neat too. So now that we're looking at another item taken, we have in total, I want to say 2, right? Like healing beacon plus 1 turret. Yes, exactly. So that's also a neat setup for the next fight. And let's not forget that with the fort annihilated in the middle of the map, it means that the next fight, at least for the blue team, is going to be win or lose. The 4th Punisher usually, or the 4th Protector usually takes the win. I've never seen a 5th Punisher, a 5th Protector finish the game. I've seen a 5th one taken, but it didn't actually win because the opponent just simply YOLO'd the core and raced it down and won the game. But I've never actually seen a 5th Protector ending a game. But if you ever get to the point where you walk a 5th Protector over to the core, I mean, that's pretty much a one-shot. That thing scales into the late game, and at that point, as I said previously, it doesn't hit like a truck, it picks the truck up and then hits with the truck. That's how much damage that thing does. So it's pretty mad. The 4th one is already incredibly strong and oftentimes ends everything. But given that we still have keeps and forts on the map for the red team, if the blue team takes it, there's maybe, just maybe, a chance of defense. As it stands though, there is, yeah, still our little setup down here as they're trying to go for Chromie. Objective is up and both teams are fighting for position. That's an early Odin, so they could try and wait this out. Which pretty much seems like this is what they're going to do here. Can tap the fountain and still move through again. Volskaya is up at the top, trying to make sure that the keep doesn't take any damage from the camp that has been taken. 27 points. Yeah, now that Odin is off, this is where we go. Let's go, boys. 62 stacks for false stats, so his auto attack damage is pretty significant right now. There's the Buried Alive, and in comes Deathwing. Mosh Pit, Tour Bus, but this time it's not good enough. X-Ray is dead, and now they're trying to go for kill number 2. Deathwing is still alive. He occupied 4 heroes on his own, and they have the advantage right now. The numeric advantage, and if they take this one, then it's pretty much lights out. But with Deathwing down, with ETC down, this is a problem. Deathwing can still try and set another kill up for them. 120,000 damage on Chromie. Hazops is trying to do what he can here, but this is starting to really become a big issue, especially since we have Leo with 14 seconds until he has his Buried Alive up. There could be another kill, unless Zelia, of course, takes him down, which could happen here. Max Passion gets actually dropped. The setup, potential kill against Tigers, and they go for him, and he is dead, but Zarya is also eliminated. Nick wants the kill, nearly gets it. Falstad flies out again. Fight is not over just yet. 3 versus 2 on the map right now, and they are fighting for every single second here. Top lane gets still pressure. There's a little bit of a remainder of the previous camp, plus catapults down at the bottom of the map. Catapults are moving in now too, and it is honestly starting to become incredibly close here. I mean, Leo will be back soon, TM, but there are 4 heroes for the blue team. It seems more and more likely that the blue team actually grabs this, despite everything that has happened previously. We're 21 minutes into this game. Yeah, and in theory, this could even take down the bottom keep. And, wow, clutch. But now that the Protector is taken, this should actually end the game. Or will it? I mean, let's not forget, Tigers isn't here. So it's only 4 heroes, and both Zarya and Deathwing are gonna respawn in just a few seconds. This is exactly the scenario that I talked about. In theory, there is a chance that the blue team can't end, and then we might look at a 5th Protector. Falstad has to go in, and does. Leo already trying to drain that as quickly as he can. This is spicy, honestly. This game isn't necessarily over yet. Usually Protector number 4 ends. Might also be the case here, but it's not a given. The keep is definitely down. That's not the question. But they're already losing quite a few hit points before the Protector even arrives at the core. It's down to 68%. They're still waiting for Tigers. He has Odin up, of course, so that's a big one. But they're just trying to poke, and buy some time. There's still a minute left on the Protector, so you have plenty of time. It's just a question of whether or not you're going to be able to get to the core and do enough damage before you get poked low. 54%. It's rough right now. I mean, here we go. Starting to get a lot closer. Odin already used in the back, but that Protector is down to 27%. It goes through the shield. I mean, this is insane. But they're not going to be able to make it. Again, the attempt to set this Buried Alive up for the heroes that come out of the Protector. That backfired already the last time, but thank God there's Deathwing. He just comes in and takes the 2 of them down. Oh, this setup! Stay a while and get wrecked. But ETC with a mosh pit, the problem is that's still gonna die. X-Ray about to go down. There's the kill against Chromie, and that should be game. I mean, they're already starting to make their way over to the right side. Max Passion is on the move. Only Tigers is alive. He doesn't have a lot of hit points either. That was a really nice setup there. Damn. Great fight. Deathwing coming in again. And they let Shironto pass for now. Yeah, really nice. By the way, siege damage here on Falstad. Guess why? Boomerang. I'm saying again, boomerang. Boomerang, boomerang, boomerang. The talent to take on Falstad. Nice hero damage for him too, 78,000. More than Deathwing, but that's game. That is game. The triple backline team losing to the Deathwing main tank composition here on Volskaya Foundry. GG and well played as the red team locks in the W. Game on! Well, let's go for it. Max Passion for the blue team on Malfurion, Dequaza on Dehaka, Hazops on Junkrat, Rutsu on Vala, and we have Masquerade on ETC. And over to the red team side, X-Ray on Rega, Shirionto on Greymane, Koro on Garrosh, Make on Zagara, that's going to be interesting. And we actually have Zelia on Zeratul, as we're going straight in for the game on Dragonshire. And let's check out how, especially of course, Zagara is going to work out for Make. As I said previously, he actually tried that a couple of times. The last time that I've seen it though was in an actual tournament game. So when you have teams going up against each other that have practiced against each other, with each other, and back there, Zagara just didn't work out. The coordination against her was just simply too strong, and the lack of a real escape tool on her was a huge problem. Now, we have also Zelia playing Zeratul. That's kind of interesting also because he goes into a different build that we see from top Zelia players in Europe. like Dainu and Tai. Insta-kill, by the way, against Garrosh, so that's already a good start for the blue team. But talking about this, Move Unseen is the level 1 talent for Xaylia, so a little bit of a speed boost here while he's stealthed, and we'll see how that's gonna play out for him. The interesting spot is also that we have, of course, the bot lane now taken by Zagara, which makes for an interesting lane setup just in general. But we are going to keep our eye on Xaylia for sure through all of this, while focusing a little bit on Maka and what he's currently trying to pull off here with Volatile Acid on level 1. And he's been playing this already a little bit here, as I said. I mean, he's experimenting with this, and there's no better way or no better realm right now to experiment a bit like this. Ever since Blizzard killed the tournament servers and also, of course, killed not only the esports scene, but also the PTR server pretty much. Like, this is where you test shit out. And this is the best environment if you want to try something that eventually you might also use in a tournament match. Of course, there's also just a fun factor in general. And here we go. The other thing is that if it's Zagara, you are going to end up in a scenario where at the bot lane, you're of course going to put a lot of creep on the ground, and that also provides vision. And for the opponent's team, I mean, with so much shit on the ground, it's really good that people have been buying toilet paper for weeks now, because you will need a lot to clean all of that up. And Junkrat is already happy that he hoarded and he went in and bought a few packs, because he's gonna have his hands full trying to just clean all of this out here. Top lane is already getting pressured, but the blue team has reacted with their own camp, as now both of those bruiser camps are gonna collide. Down at the bottom of the map, still our one-on-one setup with Junkrat and Zagara. Not really the one-on-one you usually are talking about, but I mean, hey, it's a little bit different for sure. So top side, this is where we currently also have the Quasar and Xaylia trying to get the access of this shrine. If at any point Xaylia can snag it in, then it would create a lot of pressure against the blue team in the quest for the first Dragonite. But down here, Hazops is actually starting to take a little bit of damage. Okay, nicely done. Maka, yeah, nearly getting killed here. Really well played by Hazops. X-Ray, talking about well played, gets licked and goes down, but Zeratul comes in for the double kill with Greymane. Nicely done by the two. And Xaylia is now about to claim the shrine. Dehaka is trying to arrive in time, and does. So Xaylia is letting that slide for now. But still, a pretty good setup here by them. The initial kill against Rhaegar was annoying, but they got a quick double kill against it, so that was worth a lot. Now we have on level 4 the Envenomed Spines for Zagara. No serrated spines, unfortunately, but let's face it, that's more of a brawl talent than anything else. Not really a talent that you're going to get a lot of value out of if you're playing a normal game, especially on a high level. Seeker in the dark for Zeratul, still playing it out up at the top, whereas the mid lane is getting heavily pressured by 3, but the rotation towards the bottom of the map is going to try and take Max Passion down. There's the jump, and they always have to be careful whenever Junkrat is around, but in this case it doesn't matter too much. The problem is that Masquerade already used his own cooldowns. He's in trouble, but so is Xaylia. The bug is down. Bug report is in, and another kill. Shirionto trying to get away and gets wrecked by Azorps. Nicely done. 2 kills against 2. It's a spicy game that we have here. Yeah, 4 kills against 4, so we're dead even in kills, and so far we haven't seen a Dragonite yet either. At the top, Zeratul and Dehaka are still playing around this. There's a little bit more damage in, reclaims it for just a second. Zeratul is going to be fun in this case. It's kind of awesome to see Xaylia play just in general, but seeing him on Zeratul is awesome. Down here, bit of an issue for Koro, but X-Ray has the heal ready and he's able to walk behind the gate, so that's already nice. Top side, middle, that's where we see most of the fights now. We got on level 7 now also the Hammer on taken. In addition to that, Arsenal and Punishment. And over here, nice move by ETC, controlling Garrosh a little bit more and make it difficult for him to get to Vala, who's already slightly low. There's the channel, and that's a Dragonite. And now Koro is going to get an ass kicking and gets destroyed. Garrosh is down. That is actually kill number 5 now for them. But getting that Dragonite is worth a lot, so nicely done by them. Moving down to the bottom of the map now in an attempt to take at least the wall down, whereas the Dragonite is busy in the middle trying to do the exact same thing over here. Easy peasy actually with the Dragon's Breath. And again, always keep the Dragon Knight alive. Don't just YOLO it into towers or structures. Try and push with the minion wave. That always gives you more value. Try to also just play around the Dragon's Breath cooldown a little bit for wave clear and take these waves down. Level 10 for both sides, where we get more for Zagara, Mitre of the Nerazim for Zeratul again. Down here, the flip, and there's the stun. Double more, and I don't think they can do a lot with this. Zeratul, on the other hand, can do a lot with that. He comes in, gets the cleave kill, and is not even stopping there. Rutsu against Zelia, and it's a triple kill. Zelia going full on boss mode over here and takes them down. It was a beautiful setup though too. First we saw the taunt from Garrosh, then the Maw setup, everybody stacked the stun, and then the cleave. Beautiful. Great kills, and now 5 against 7, nearly a level ahead. Red team, despite the fact that they lost the Dragon Knight and a lot of structures, yeah, at least outer structures, they are still a bit ahead now. And can do damage. I mean, they just took the camp at the bottom of the map. They're taking their own camp now towards the top side. And let's go. Yeah, Zeratul is just popping off here. Zelia definitely doing a fantastic job so far. You actually see how deep he can go with this, but that is a solid performance up to this point. And he writes the money pick. What is not to love? Seriously, what is not to love here? He's actually playing the money pick. That's the main reason why he's actually doing well. I mean, I've been talking about it over and over again. Zelia, damn. Yeah, he's a bit on fire right now. He's definitely eaten his oatmeal this morning. Okay, so bottom of the map, still pressure. Zagara makes it happen together with Greymane. Starting to take some of those structures down a peg. Over here. It's a trap! It's a trap! And does he get the kill? Oh, save him! Save him! Oh, they can't! Nicely done. The fight isn't quite over. But yeah, Rhaegar didn't have the cooldown for the Ancestral. Honestly, that needed to be a save. That was a fantastic kill right there. Vala already hates her life, but that could have been the save. Instead, the Ancestral hits this time. Greymane, who wants to go in for another kill. Triple more! Macke, calm the fuck down! They get the insta-kill, and they want more, and they get more. That Dehaka is dead, baby. Dehaka down, and holy shit, they're going ham at this point. Yeah, nicely done here. I mean, at this point, Zeratul is going to come back, but look at that Zagara play. I mean, Macke was just bullying them. Triple Maw. That's a Tyrant Maw on level 10, my friend. That's nearly a kill, but not quite. Zagara has now taken the bottom shrine and is about to destroy this entire wall. Nobody is rotating. Could even stay a second later. He's expecting a rotation from the mid lane. That's the reason why Macke is actually falling back. And he still gets the wall thanks to those minions. There's Rutsu now, so there's a bit of attack that he gets in, but has to retreat as is already, and someone is on the prowl. Yeah, there we go. Zelia is just like, yoo-hoo! And tries to go for Hazorps and barely makes it out. Oh! Yeah, but Hazu actually barely escapes too, so there's two sides to that coin. Zelia is definitely just crushing it right now. 11,000 damage on him only. I mean, seriously, if I would have asked you how much damage do you think Zelia has at this point, you would have never expected him to be insanely low in damage like this. Zagara with 22,000, we have 19,000 of Greymane. It just means again that he doesn't really participate in these team fights like over and over again with sustainable damage, but he's going in for these pokes. Even at the top lane, he's just not really fighting it out with Dehaka and trading damage points here. I mean, if he only goes in against those squishies when he sees an opportunity to actually get a kill. And kills, I mean, he delivered how many kills now? 4, 5? So, yeah, he is crushing for sure. Then again, 21,000 damage for Hazorps, and let's not forget about Hazu and his setups that he had so far. He did some fantastic moves already, and is trying to deliver at the bot lane once again. Dehaka has moved now down as well. Gets the drag, and that could be a kill. Where's the Ancestral when you need it? There it is. The Maw against 2, but this time they're just going to walk away from it. Zeratul isn't here yet, but Zeratul can go for the Dragon Knight. Oh, the counter kill! Shire onto with Greymane. They go for the cow, and he gets not both. He gets Vala. That's more than enough. And Zelia has taken the Dragon Knight over here. They lost 3 heroes. They killed 2. Zagara is still making her way out. Make, I should have never doubted you. Corrosive Saliva and the Hydralisk Transfusion. And in the mid lane, the attacks are still ongoing right here. Holy hell, ladies. 16 is on the board. 13 against 9 kills. And it is crazy town over here. Love it. Fantastic setup. Yeah, level 16 is now also coming through. With that, we have currently the elongated tongue. And on 16 now also the endless nades. There's the imposing presence. And Zagara, careful girl. Alrighty. I mean, Zeratul is going to be fine. They won't get the fort directly, but it's going to be really low. Zeratul already jumping out of this one. It's still open. I mean, it's still an open game. They have the lead now. They've taken the fort in the middle. They did a lot of damage at the bottom. But it's not like they are super far ahead. They have a lead. It's indisputable. But there is still a chance for the blue team to come back into this. I mean, you watched the last few games and we had so many clutch ones. So many turnarounds. So this could definitely be another one of these. Okay. There we go. And Zelia is immediately on the move again. And has, by the way, at level 60 now also taken the sentenced to death. And apparently he's sentencing this one to death. ETC not moving in yet. Yeah, they're going to steal this away, aren't they? There's nobody there that could rotate in time to do anything about it. At least nobody that actually has a damage output. So Dehaka sees it, and Dehaka is immediately like, oh shit, that's Zelia. And moves away. I would be afraid to. I would be afraid to. I'm also lying, because Zelia is actually at the bottom of the map. But he doesn't know that, because, you know, he's invisible. You can't see him. Also, as I learned, Zeratul is actually a very health-conscious person. I mean, that guy is just standard wearing a face mask. It's one of the reasons why he is not going to get corona. Not happening. Alright. Apparently he also doesn't have a mouth. That helps too. But he has a nose. Anyway, proto-specifics right there. So, camps are again taken. Everybody's just roaming a little bit. Zeratul in particular is just seeing like, let's actually see if I can get a quick kill somewhere. But so far, the squishies are actually staying safe. Always with one of the tanks. And off we go. Right now, top sides, okay. Quasar, he's just hugging the fort. He's just saying like, yeah, I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna move out here. No. This is like, I know he's somewhere. I don't know where, but he's somewhere. Okay, Zelia already starting to move back up. Should take the experience here. Actually, that's the experience slide. Instead, he's trying to go for the Haka. Is he actually going to try and get the... Oh, the drag! Not connecting! Quasar's in trouble. Quasar has already used the essence and is in a bit of trouble. And there's the reinforcements. Greymane is riding in on his horsey. And now Dehaka has to get the hell out of there. Bottom of the map still has been claimed by the blue team, so it's not like they're losing both. They've actually pushed a little bit here too. Red team is going to play this safe and slow because they are nearly on 20, which means this is a bad spot. This is bad. This is bad. Koro strafe. And he's dead. Just as they hit level 20. Unfortunate. I mean, this should secure the fort, honestly. So that would be nice for them. Bottom of the map. This one is still being held. Zeratul is moving in again for a bit more experience and for level 20. 44 seconds until Garrosh is back up. And let's actually see what Zelia can do. Alright, Zelia rushing around with his level 1 talent right now. He's a little bit like James Bond. He's a bit more... He's a very confused James Bond. Which you'll understand if you ever actually watched the Zelia interview. But that was an interesting mosh pit. Okay. Not really the target that he aimed for, I'd say, but that's a kill. That's a fantastic kill. That's a staggered kill against Greymane just now as Garrosh is about to respawn. They're definitely going to take that. So we have no talent advantage for the red team that would actually matter because the blue team is able to get those kills stacked up until they can have their level 20 talents on the map too. Off we go. There's Masquerade coming in again, and he dies to Zeratul, who gets rooted and barely makes it out. More. kill? Maybe? No. Not yet. Zelia tries to dodge out on that a bit. There's a lot of squishies though. Here comes the rest of the team. Zelia looking for victims. Zelia looking for the back line. Zelia damaging Dehaka a little bit. And no real follow-up. Alright, here we go. They came from behind. Yeah, already revealed. Might have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew. Has to use the might of the Nerazim to jump out. Reset the cooldown. But the fight isn't over by any means. Oh, X-Ray, the save. Yeah, he has to actually buy a Garrosh a keg of beer. Seriously, I mean, that save was brutal. Is there a heal? No. And then the doggy, you know, doesn't even go for the heal and just sits there and lets Garrosh die. That is unacceptable. That is not real camaraderie here. No. Apparently there's a little bit beef between Rhaegar and Garrosh. There's no other reason to explain it. You know, Garrosh comes in and saves his life, and then Rhaegar can't be bothered to even turn around and drop a heal from the distance. That is unacceptable. That should be punished right away. We need to have a tribunal for that. We need to create a Twitter hashtag. We need to cancel that guy. Blame the healer. Blame the healer. Alright, Zeratul still topside. Trying to do his thing here. And the drag coming out a little bit too late. Damage output, to give you guys a bit more of a clue. 57,000 for Zagara. Top damage in the game, by the way. In the game. I'm not only talking about red team. I'm talking in the game. Tyrant Maw is obviously helping with that too. And here we go. Wow. Oh, God. I mean, ever think about this? Which hero would you like to take a beer? Would you like to drink a beer with? And I'm talking especially, like, for all the guys, I'm talking about the guys, not kind of having a romantic date here. That's not the case. We all know that would be either Nova or Vala. We all know that. But, like, which one of the other heroes or the male heroes would you like to have just a beer with? I actually think Junkrat would be kind of fun. So, yeah, there we go. 12 to 15. The kill count over here. Zeratul, since he doesn't have a mouth, would be a little bit weird. A little bit like Murky. Double kill for Zeratul. So, that was already neat. 13 against 17 right now. And there's the drag. Can they get the kill there as well? Zeratul wants to get the Dragonite, and Zelia gets it again. Oh yeah, here we go. Dehaka has been killed, so that leaves only ETC up on the map, and that's not going to be enough. But off we go, 65,000. Camp at the bottom of the map. He's not going to do a lot because Zagara is pushing this out. But here we go. That's our little setup. That should yield a keep on the blue team side, but I don't really think they can end the game here. But maybe I'm wrong, it's 18 minutes in. They might just have enough, you know, with Dehaka down for 40 seconds. That might just be enough looking at it. Yeah, they definitely have a chance with a good Maw in particular. I mean, there's a lot of things that they can do right now to end this. Oh, and they got Greyman, of course, too, yes. Yeah, there's the Maw on the back, and this is going to be game, isn't it? Yeah, nice. Zelia and his boys going for it. The red team victorious on Dragonshire, taking the W right here. GG, and well done.